This is a parabola. It is a curved, symmetrical curve. This is also a parabola. It's a conic section, or a curve drawn from the curvature of a cone. But what is a parabola? This is a parabola as far as you're concerned. Every parabola is defined by two things: a focus, which is a point, and a directrix, which is a line. The parabola is every point equidistant to the focus and the directrix. This leads us to our first problem, which is finding the equation of a parabola in vertex form. Let's use a new parabola for this one. Vertex form is defined as y equals a x minus h squared plus k, where hk is the vertex. If we use the definition of a parabola, we can find the vertex form of a parabola, and therefore the vertex of the parabola. To do this, we need to find 2 points. The first one can be the vertex. It doesn't really matter what the second one is, as long as it isn't on the same x-coordinate or the same y-coordinate as the focus. Actually, you don't even need to find the coordinates of any of the points. Only the equation of the directrix as well as the coordinates of the focus matter. Now, let's do this on the board. You can see that for this example, we use the directrix of y equals 2 and a focus of 3, 8. Since we know these, we can already find the vertex, which is 3, 5. We won't need the location of a vertex in our equation, but it will be good to know because it'll come up later. Here is where we use the definition of a parabola. Since we know that any point on the parabola is equidistant to the focus and the directrix, we know that the equation I'm writing on the board must be true because it's based on the distance formula. Now, we just need to simplify. The first step would be to expand y minus 2 squared and y minus 8 squared using the FOIL method. We don't need to expand x minus 3 squared because it's part of the final equation. From here on, it's easy. Just use basic algebra to isolate the y. Fortunately, there's a much faster way to find the equation than this. Let's take another look at vertex form. Let's talk about A for a second. There's a much faster way to find A than doing what I did. The formula is quite simple. A is equal to 1 over 4 times the distance between the vertex and the focus. If you look at our first example, the distance between the vertex and the focus is 3, meaning A would equal 1/12, which it did. Now that we know A, we can find h and k with simple subtraction. The next subject we have to cover is the use of the discriminant. You all know standard form and the quadratic formula by now. Well, this part of the quadratic equation is known as the discriminant, and it has one particular use in a parabola. If you know the equation of a parabola in standard form, then you can find how many x-intercepts it has with the discriminant. If the discriminant is negative, then there are no x-intercepts. If it is positive, there are 2, and if there is 0, there is only 1, meaning if it is 0, then the vertex lies on the x-axis.